Checking in from McCracken County, number 25, Tanya Shaw.
Coming to you live from Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena, McCracken County High School, where this afternoon it is a rematch of the Region 1 championship game, fittingly enough, on a Sunday, just as it was nearly 1 year ago when these two teams met on Sunday afternoon with the Mustangs winning the Region 1 championship. They're looking to win another Region 1 game this afternoon to make it 31 in a row. It's the Mustangs and the Marshals right here on 99.5 The Fan. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eric Chumbler. Joining me, as always, it is Jeff Garner as we await the JV game before us. The Mustangs up 6. Actually up 3 with 1:17 left in this fourth quarter of the JV game. Jeff, we watched a really good JV game when we went to Marshall County last month, and it seems to be the same here this afternoon.
That's right, Eric. Neither one of these JV teams are used to losing very much this year, and McCracken County squeaked out a close one when we were at Marshall, and up by 3 right now with just over a minute to play.
And so hopefully the Mustangs can continue their unbeaten ways and get another win on the JV side. On the varsity side, the Mustangs not losing all too much either, as McCracken County has won 9 in a row coming into today and playing quite well. And the Mustangs really another strong win on Monday night. You had the call here with Kip. We'll talk about in just a moment, but a really good performance by the Mustangs against a very good physical ball club.
Yeah, you know, it was a good, just a good strong outing and a good game by the Mustangs.
It was a game in which the Tigers really brought the physicality on Monday in a clean way. But some bumps and bruises and blood, by what I understand.
I think we had 3 blood timeouts and to clean up the floor, and McCracken County escaped with a 51-37 win, but it was a hard-fought and low-scoring game until the Mustangs took control late in the game.
And so the Mustangs looking to repeat that performance here this afternoon. This game was originally scheduled for Friday night, but due to weather and the roads and sidewalks, this game was postponed to Sunday afternoon, and we are still able to get it in before the winter weather comes in tonight. The JV game is far from over. It is now a 1-point game, and Marshall County, the basketball, and a chance to take the lead with 47 seconds left. So there is still that overtime bugaboo potential, but we'll keep you posted here on the final 40 seconds as Marshall goes into the lane. A fadeaway jumper that should have been a travel, and it will be. It will be a double dribble violation back to McCracken County, so the Mustangs have it up 1. Want to give a special thank you to Jeff Garner and Kip Ellington. I came down with COVID a week and a half ago, a little over a week and a half ago. And on short notice, Jeff Garner, you were able to take my equipment, learn my equipment, and do something you'd never done before, which is play-by-play broadcasting with Kip Garner alongside you. And let me tell you, I listened to every word on Monday night. You two were fantastic, and my deepest thank you to both you and Kip for coming in on such short notice. And it ended up only having to be 1 game due to Mother Nature, but you guys did phenomenal.
Well, thank you, Eric. We had a good time. Me and Kip always have a good time together. We've been friends for probably over 40 years now, and Kip and I go back a long way, and enjoyed being with him, calling the game, and glad you're back, though.
It is fun to be back and in a gym, though it may be temporary.
Well, that's and it'd be a weatherman that gets us this week, I would imagine, but if that's the case, we'll just keep rolling with the punches.
Everybody listening knows this by now. Winter storm warning for the area beginning in just a few hours as Mother Nature gets cranked up with potential snowmakers starting tonight through tomorrow night and maybe even into Tuesday morning before bringing it again on Wednesday through maybe Friday. The Marshals did just take a 49-48 lead with 21 seconds left in the JV game, but a foul has put Jack Bradley at the foul line for 1-1, a chance to tie and take the lead. And so Jack steps to the foul line. We'll keep it right here and keep you abreast of this JV game. The first one is no good. It was a 2-shot foul, now the double bonus. So he can at least tie it up, but the overtime potential is quite real right now in the JV game.
Well, if that happens, we'll have an extended pregame show,
That's right.
I guess, Eric.
Jeff Garner will be diving deep into McCracken's stats if that happens. Second one is good. 49 all, 21 seconds left, and Marshall County is going to take a timeout. This is the Buffalo Wild Wings pregame show. Make your pregame or your postgame at Buffalo Wild Wings in Paducah, and I urge you to do that if you're going to do it right after this game. And not wait till later tonight when the snow starts. They will welcome you, give you any of your appetizers, entrees, desserts, and more. That's at Buffalo Wild Wings in Paducah. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about this junior varsity matchup that's in its near conclusion. 17 seconds left, tied at 49. And preview the varsity matchup between McCracken County and Marshall County when we return. 99.5 The Fan.
On the courts, rather.
Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena, McCracken County High School. This afternoon, the Mustangs hosting Marshall County in a border rivalry. The Mustangs looking to win their 10th game in a row and their 31st in Region 1 basketball action. That's coming up in about 25 minutes or so here on 99.5 The Fan. Alongside Jeff Garner, I'm Eric Chumbler. Thanks for joining us tonight. Jeff, this should be a fun one overall tonight.
Well, it should be. You know, we played several weeks ago and went to overtime with Marshall County and was able to come out with a win at Marshall County. Tonight, I would assume, will be a very similar ball game. It'll be a physical ball game, and you know, just depends on which team's going to come out firing on all cylinders on a cold day and on a Sunday afternoon, a non-traditional start time and game day. Who's going to come out and put their best foot forward?
It's also reminiscent of the first region championship last year when we got to meet on a Sunday afternoon about the same time. A few more people at that one, though.
I'd say you're right.
As that was just days before the world began to realize we were going into a pandemic. The Mustangs were able to win on the floor of the CFSB Center 43-41 as they were able to get the win over Marshall County, or 43-42, excuse me, to get the win over Marshall County and win their third Region 1 title in 7 years as a program. They've met since then. Earlier this year at Marshall County, it was a game that went into overtime like many games do at Reed Connor Gymnasium when those two schools get together. The Mustangs were able to get the win in overtime, keeping the Marshalls scoreless in overtime, getting this first win of the series this year. Now the second game of this series will begin this afternoon. This is the Baird broadcast booth. Whether you're rolling over your 401k, opening an IRA, or just want to open an investment account, call the folks at Baird and Hausman Financial Group, 270-450-9900. Jeff Garner alongside me. Brendan Evers will be with us at the second quarter tonight to give us play-by-play action of this contest. The Mustangs overall playing quite well, and the defensive trend for this team, Jeff, continued on Monday night.
Yeah, you know, that was a defensive struggle throughout the entire game by both teams, and it was, you know, a low-scoring half. You know, a one-point game at the half, 23-22, and then, you know, 34-27 after three, and then McCracken County kind of took control of it as we kind of moved on out toward the end of the ball game. But it was it took back-to-back three-pointers, I believe, by the McCune brothers to make that happen, and it was just quite the ball game. A defensive struggle that McCracken County ended up on the good end of.
Caught up with a Murray fan on Wednesday who was at the game here Monday night, just talking about how he had not seen a high school team really rotate on defense the way the Mustangs have been able to rotate. When they double team, the rotations past that point are really what set this team apart defensively from many other teams.
Well, and you're right, and we talk about that a lot of times. High school teams, a lot of them trap well and hustle a lot, but having that second and third rotation and getting those people in place, being able to see what's going to happen and rotate to the correct spot, a lot of high school teams can't do that, and this team has done a very good job at it.
As that is the calling card for this McCracken County Mustang Ball Club once again, and they are leading the way with their defense, and the offense has come around quite a bit in the time in which the Mustangs have been playing a lot of ball games before this little stretch. You mentioned it last week. The Mustangs welcomed a little bit of a break in the calendar, and then they were able to play Tuesday and Monday of this past week, but the breaks come once again, and there may be another break coming up for everybody.
Yeah, I think we get this one in today, and then I would say First Region basketball and much of the state shuts down for a few days to a week, and not a whole lot we can do about that, as teams will have difficult time traveling, and you know, that's just part of it. Got to go with the flow and play when you can.
So that is the story on this one this afternoon. The Marshalls and the Mustangs. Coming up in about 20 minutes, we'll take another timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Brandon Clifton All-State Insurance for Success. That's next, 99.5 The Fan. And Jeff, for the folks here on YouTube, the Mustangs and Marshalls It's been a fun series featuring a lot of overtimes. Folks in on a little bit of a stat, though. The Mustangs on a little bit of a win streak against the Marshals.
Well, overall, I guess it's 10 in a row. Is that right,
That's
Eric?
right.
Over Marshall County, and overall 15-3 record against Marshall County since the inception of the school, 7.5 years ago. So 15-3 against any team is good, and it's especially good against a team that has kind of had their way with First Region basketball over the past 20 years. They've been in the top 3 year in and year out over the last 20 years, and in the last 7, we've come in and 15-3 record, 10 in a row.
We're going to talk about that more on the radio side, including the deep admiration I know you and I both have for this Marshall County program. You grew up during the heyday of the Marshalls, playing against many of the names in which are in the lore of Marshall County tradition, including their head coach right now. But this is a program that's not had many get the best of them in their time as a high school program, but McCracken County's on a good run against them.
Well, they are on a run, and you can even talk about professional basketball when you start talking about this Marshall County program. And, they used to have their way with whoever they wanted, and that Marshall-Tillman matchup was the matchup of the year. And, more times than not, Marshall County held their court as many times as Tillman did over the years. And, with that, this team has got a very storied history. And for McCracken County to come in and take 15 of the first 18 against them, that is just phenomenal. So, we're about 15 minutes away from tip-off on this one. Both teams are out warming up. And, I think what we'll have here is the Brandon Clifton keys to success.
Yeah, I'm about to do it. We'll come back from the radio side in about 30 seconds. And then jump into the body of work. We'll talk about the series history between the Mustangs and the Marshals. And then get close to tip-off. Coming back on radio side in about 10 seconds. Back here at beautiful Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena, McCracken County High School for this Sunday afternoon tip between the Marshals and the Mustangs. These two teams met 49 weeks ago on this very same time period. It was a beautiful matchup between the Mustangs and the Marshals that the Mustangs were able to win by 1 point, 43-42, to win the Region 1 title before the pandemic began to end the high school basketball season. Let's, before we jump into our next segment, thank Baird for the Baird broadcast booth. Whether you're rolling over your 401k, opening an IRA, or want to open an investment account, the folks to call are Baird and Hausman Financial Group at 270-450-9900. Let's take a look at the Brandon Clifton Allstate Insurance for Success. And just like the Mustangs do every time they take the court, McCracken County Allstate agent Brandon Clifton gives it his all for you every single day. To get you and your family insured for success, give Brandon a call at 270-442-8234 and check out his new office location at 2190 New Holt Road in Paducah. Jeff, the first one this afternoon is talk about starting the engine here on this cold afternoon.
Well, McCracken County hadn't played in almost a week now. A lot of days off due to the ice that we had, and, it's just kind of out of your routine. You've got a cold afternoon, like I said, a non-traditional start time, a week off. You got to get out. You've got to come out of the gate hot. You got to get it running. So you got to start that engine and get things revved up, ready to go, and you've got about 12 minutes to get that going. The team who starts really fast is going to be in the driver's seat right off the bat.
Also tonight is the shooting percentage for the Mustangs needs to be better than it was when we played at Marshall County.
Marshall County, it was not good. With that, you can also say in the last 2 weeks of game time, as the Mustangs have played their last few games, the shooting percentage has really gone up and gotten better. Now you've had a week layoff, and you've got to get that back going again. And I think that's going to be a great idea to see, do we come out of the gate shooting the ball well? Do we get good shots, and do we make them? And I think that's very important to being able to put away this first region rival.
And the 50-50 battle tonight, talk about that.
Once again, it kind of goes back to a non-traditional game. There's not a lot of students here, not a lot of bands here. You know, McCracken County will have cheerleaders, but it's just not the atmosphere that you would normally think about with these two teams. So who's still got it? Who's still going to go get that loose ball? Who's going to dive? Who's going to play when the stands aren't full? And who's going to come out and really take it to the other team? And with that, you got to get those 50-50 balls, draw those charges, jump in the passing lane, beat your man off the dribble. All of those things are part of the 50-50 balls, and go get that rebound. So who's going to be able to do that on this Sunday afternoon?
And all of that is your Brandon Clifton Allstate Insurance for Success, as the Mustangs do every time they take the floor. McCracken County Allstate agent Brandon Clifton gives it his all for you each and every day. To get you and your family insured for success, give Brandon Clifton a call at 270-442-8234 and check out his new office location at 2190 New Holt Road in Paducah. The Mustangs warming up on the floor, on the near side of the floor from where we sit. The Marshals on the far side getting their shots up. The thing to note, Marshall County senior guard Zion Harmon will not play tonight. Don't even see him on the floor at the moment, but he is not in action tonight for Marshall County. So the Marshals will be without Zion Harmon, the elite level senior guard, going to play basketball at Western Kentucky University next season.
Yeah, he's one of the best top 2 or 3 players in the state. He can change their team. He changes the dynamics, but evidently he's got an ankle injury that he is nursing, and he won't be here tonight or won't be playing. I don't know if he's here or not.
He is not.
We haven't seen him.
That's right. He is not in our visible spotlight, at least. He may still be back in the locker room, but for sure not playing tonight, as recovering from an ankle injury. Elite level point guard Zion Harmon. Before we get into the body of work tonight, let's take a look at some shout outs. My parents listening in tonight, Donnie and Bobby Sue Chumbler, as well as my mother-in-law, Vicki Burgess, listening in at home as well. Good to hear from the family. Also, Matt Hauser. I want to give a shout-out to Matt listening in. Zion Harmon is here. We're glad to hear that. He is in a boot, though, so that is for sure an indicator he will not be in action tonight. We hope he gets better soon and is back on the playing floor, because the region is so fun to watch when he is in action, to say the least. And so he will not be with us on the floor here tonight. Let us know you're listening. You can text us 270-557-8223, 270-557-8223. Let us know you're listening. You can watch as well, as the McCracken County Mustang Media Department doing a wonderful job, as always, bringing this to you on YouTube. And so you can watch that on the McCracken County High School Media YouTube page. And you'll get to hear McCracken County High School media member Brendan Evers with us in the second quarter, calling the play-by-play action. Let's take a look at the body of work this afternoon. And once again with that, Jeff Garner.
Well, Eric, as we talked about, we have no idea what's going to happen this coming week. But if the weather people completely miss 100% chance of snow, we'll be in action here at Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena against St. Mary tomorrow night. And on Tuesday night, we'll be in action against CCA, which would round out our district schedule. This weekend's kind of up in the air. We were supposed to play at the Marshall County Hoop Fest against Mail, but Jefferson County, I believe, has not allowed Mail to come down to that. They're not letting their teams play outside of county, or some logistics thing like that related to COVID. We understand that. So if the weather forecast were completely blown, we'd finish out district play this week. Other than that, McCracken County 12-3 overall. Got 2 wins over Graves County this year. Have a win over Paducah-Tillman. Still awaiting the second game of that Paducah-Tillman series. this year. Have beat Marshall County 64-53 in overtime. Got a big win against Christian County. And also wins more recently against Henderson County and Murray en route to a 12-3 record. Two of the three losses all three of the losses have been either out of state or out of region, as Bowling Green was one of the losses, and then two losses in Evansville to Evansville Harrison and Evansville Bossy. So a good season going thus far for the Mustangs. Who knows how many times we stop and start as we get ready for the district and regional tournaments.
It is the big question right now. Not only is COVID becoming the X factor in the season, Mother Nature throwing her hat into the ring as well.
Well, you got to do, the hats off to these players and coaches as, I know when I was an athlete playing, if they were canceling 2 weeks of games, I would have been a basket case.
That's right.
A lot of these guys, they live to play ball, and this is their outlet, and this is what they do. And, you finally kind of you hope COVID, trending down, and you're ready to start playing districts and regionals and playing a lot of ball games, and now the weatherman jumps up and gets you. Looks to be let's call it a whiteout this week, Eric.
That's right.
As you know, we're going to get up to a foot of snow and probably be out of school all week and probably no ball games.
Before we jump into more of the body of work, I want to give a shout out to Joe Tracy saying go Mustangs. Thank you for the kind words, sir. Also, Carly and Addie Bird as well as Jesse Bird listening in tonight. Coach Bird and his family. Look forward to having them back here later this week. And again, appreciate y'all's kind words as well. Let's look into the body of work of this series a little bit. Jeff, you and I talking to the YouTube folks during one of the commercial break. Marshall County is the program. When you look at Region 1 basketball, for what they have accomplished for so many years, especially look in the 80s, the 90s, early 2000s, even in the last 10 years, they've had some elite level teams under Gus Gillespie. They have been the program year in and year out that wins no matter what, and had some elite names in a lot of those years we mentioned, especially in the time in which you've grown up. And what we're about to talk about in this series history between these two programs is really a massive testament to what the McCracken County Mustangs have been able to do as a program these first 8 years.
Well, you look back when I was in school, Eric, as you said, in the 80s and 90s, everybody looked up at two teams in the region, and occasionally a third team would jump up and challenge them, but it would only be for a year or two while they had a certain class or group of players. They were just the two teams, Paducah Tillman and Marshall County. And when you look at over the last, 7.5 years, they have McCracken County has came in as a school. Record is 15-3 against Marshall County and 10 in a row. And when you come in and take out a certain program to that level, it's just absolutely amazing what McCracken County has been able to do in 7.5 years to go 15-3 against a program that was always in the top three and most of the time number one or number two in the region. It's just been absolutely phenomenal.
And you and I have the utmost respect to the Marshall County Marshall program, even present day with Coach Birdsong and the company, what they have been able to do, again, nearly knocking us off in the Region 1 championship last year in what was a 1-point dramatic finish in McCracken County's favor. It's a wonderful program in Marshall County, but a testament to what Coach Brower and the Mustangs have been able to do.
Yeah, they've come in and Marshall County's not the only school McCracken County's done that against, but you could look at any school in the region, and McCracken County has just kind of come in and said, hey, we're a player in this region, and we're here to play, and to date in 7.5 years has been able to have their way, winning the region 3 times in 7 years.
That's right, and looking to make it 4 times in 8 years, and the question will be, what factor will COVID play as tournament time comes up? As we get towards the end of the regular season, you're going to see teams take precautions to make sure that they are not knocked out of the district tournament, meaning, of course, if you come down with a COVID case and have to quarantine or face a team and have to quarantine, you have to factor in the quarantine time period and make sure that you do not fall into a situation to where you have to forfeit the district tournament, essentially ending your season due to quarantine. As you saw that happen during the football season, nearly almost every team in Kentucky was canceling their final game of the season to make sure that they could continue into the playoffs. That's something coaches are kind of trying to think about right now.
Well, last thing you want is to be riding a hot streak and you come into contact, your team comes into contact with somebody at COVID and they say, nice season, guys, but
right.
You're done.
And so that you're going to see in the final week of the season probably various schools across the state. No idea if it will happen in First Region or not, but it's going to be a factor in the final weeks of the season. Let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's starting lineups as Mr. Heisner gets ready to deliver those to the folks here at Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena. Bringing them to you at home, Jeff Garner.
Marshall County tonight, the visitors on the scoreboard. Their lineup at guard, a 6-foot sophomore, number 15, Cole Mills. At guard, a 5'9" senior, number 14, Brady Miller. At guard, a 6-foot senior, number 31, Caden Driver. At one forward, a 6'2" junior, number 22, Quinn Smith. And at the other forward, a 6'3" junior, number 0, Kobe Schroeder. Head coach of the Marshalls, Terry Birdsong. For the McCracken County Mustangs tonight, starting at guard, a 5'11" senior, number 3, Noah Dumas. At guard, a 6'3" junior, number 24, Brant Brower. At guard, a 5'11" junior, number 22, Kason Tilford. At one forward, a 6'3" senior, number 33, Ian McCune. And at the other forward, a 6'6" junior, number 23, Ian Hart. Head coach of the Mustangs, Berlin Brower.
That's the starting lineup for both McCracken County and Marshall County as the Mustangs be introduced to the home folks here this afternoon. It's good to be back with you here on the 99.5 airwaves. Again, my sincere appreciation to my partner here, Jeff Garner, and Kip Ellington for a wonderful job they did on Monday night when McCracken County faced Murray. I was dealing with COVID during that time period, but back with you feeling great. And it's wonderful to see these two teams playing here tonight. It was in serious jeopardy in the early parts of the week, but they were able to make this Sunday afternoon time period work. And we are getting ready for this one. The Marshalls will wear their road orange with the blue Marshalls across the front. Blue numerals outlined in white. The Mustangs are home white with the crimson McCracken across the front. Crimson numerals outlined in black. The Marshalls get the basketball first, and the inbounds goes to Schroeder. We are underway. The Mustangs in a man-to-man defense, and working on the right side of the floor is Miller. He goes towards the block. That is to Smith. Back out to Miller. They swing it out top to Schroeder, who tried to hand it off left side, couldn't do it. Now nearly throws it away. In fact, he does. It's taken away by Brant Brower. Left side of the floor, now they give it to Tilford. Right side, it's picked back off and stolen by Marshall County. On the push the other way, it's Brody Miller. As Brady Miller goes left side of the floor, now hands it off to Quinn Smith. He avoids a double-team baseline, crosses it to the top of the key to Schroeder, and his three is good.
Well, Marshall County draws first blood. Schroeder gets his first three of the game. First shot of the game, good.
3-0 Marshall County. 45 seconds into this one. Dumas, left side of the floor to Brant Brower. Now top of the key. Stops, goes to Hart, who hands it off to Dumas. Nice baseline drive by Noah. 15-foot fadeaway, no good. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. On the push, it's Cole Mills on the right side of the floor in front of the Mustang bench. Mills, left side of the floor now to Driver. Now back out top to Schroeder. Schroeder picks up his dribble, hands it off to Miller. Miller near the left sideline, works towards the top of the key, stops at the foul line, throws it into the corner. As Driver, baseline drive, now kicks it out to Miller. His three, it's good.
Well, back-to-back threes by Marshall County, and they jump out to a 6-0 lead over the Mustangs.
6:35 first quarter. Marshall County man-to-man defense on the return. Ian Hart, left side of the floor. Chain of defense from the Marshall bench as it goes on the block to Ian McCune. He turns in the lane, stops, looks, turns again, but he traveled.
Couple of turnovers early by the Mustangs. This is that start the engine and let's get ready to roll. And Marshall County started strong. Mustangs haven't.
6-0 Marshall County, 6:20 in this opening quarter. Alongside Jeff Garner, I'm Eric Chumbler. Thanks for being with us this afternoon. As Driver in the backcourt works his way, Miller into the front court. As in, it's circled around to Schroeder. His three, it's good. Marshall County comes out on fire.
Well, that's 3 for 3 from Marshall County. Schroeder with 2 of those to open the game.
9-0 Marshall County, 2 minutes into this one. Dumas on the right wing, circles into the lane, stops, nearly tripped, gives it up to Hart. As Ian works his way in, stops, goes to McCune. Baseline drive from McCune into the lane, goes up strong, no good. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. They push it the other way. Brady Miller on the right side of the floor. Goes now into the corner to Schroeder. No, I'm sorry, that is to Mills, and he's going to be fouled on the baseline. A wonderful start here for the Marshall County Marshals. 3 of 3 from behind the three-point line to jump out to this 9-0 lead. On the block, they go to Schroeder. Mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound, back to Marshall County, though. Shot up and in. As a Quinn Smith putback gives the Marshals an 11-0 lead. And credit to Marshall County, Jeff. They have really come out strong.
That's exactly right. My fear, exactly. McCracken County has been the one on the mountaintop. They've been winning and winning and winning in Region 1. Marshall County, without Zion Harmon tonight, comes out and plays well. They have everything to gain and nothing to lose tonight. Right. They come out, they're loose. McCracken County not as tight on defense as they maybe should be, not as aggressive on defense. All of these threes have been uncontested.
That's right.
And, Marshall County has, to their credit, has made them. McCracken County missed all of their shots, and that's just the way it goes. Now you got to battle from behind the rest of the day.
11-0. Shout-outs coming in a moment. Dumas, left side, goes off a screen into the lane, turns on the block. His fadeaway jumper, too strong. Rebound Marshall County. On the return for Marshall County, it's Miller. Goes left side of the floor to Mills. His three. It's good. 4 of 4 is Marshall County from the three-point line to start this one. 14-0. The Mustangs having to work out of a hole in the first 3 minutes. He goes left side to Dumas. As Dumas out to Ian McCune. Ian works towards the block. Gets in the lane. His jumper. It's good. That gets the Mustangs on the board. It now 14-2. Marshall County quickly down the floor as Mills out top to Miller. Miller works towards the right sideline using his dribble. Now into the corner to Schroeder. His three. That's no good. They miss one, but get the board. Back out top it goes. That is to Miller. In the lane, up and under's no good. Rebound comes out to McCracken County. The Mustangs up the floor. Left side of the floor, Brant Brower. All the way to the rim. Puts it up, no good, but draws a foul.
Well, I tell you what, that was a quick outlet. Got down the floor quickly. Brant Brower had to fight through a lot of contact there, got the foul, and now he will be at the line. But we'll see how his shooting ability is. He's kind of wearing a face guard from some of his activities in the last game.
As the first free throw is good, he broke his nose on the game Monday night, but going strong here tonight. I want to give a few shout-outs tonight. Good friends of mine, Brad Vos and Toby Glass, along with Luther, listening in tonight. I believe Pablo's probably listening in as well. Those shout-outs brought to you by the Cellular Connection, locally owned Verizon Wireless retailer on Lone Oak Road in Paducah. Brant Brower makes them both, and it's now a 10-point McCracken deficit, 14-4, halfway through this first quarter. Marshall County shooting lights out so far. It's Cole Mills. His mid-range jumper, it's no good. Rebound comes down to McCracken County. It's Dumas up the left side of the floor. Thought about a spot up three, goes to Hart. He'll take the spot up three, and it's no good. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. Right side, it's Miller. Now straight away. Miller off a high screen from Schroeder, goes now into the corner. Then gets it back. Schroeder then traveled with it.
Well, Noah Dumas just kind of took away the passing lane and made him hesitate. Calls the traveling violation. McCracken County down 10, coming the other way.
14-4. The Mustangs trail, 3:41 first quarter. It's Jack McCune into the ball game. Now Ian McCune straight away. Goes left side to Ian Hart. Into the lane. Nice strong move. Puts it up and in.
That's what we've been seeing more of Ian Hart as of late, and it needed even more. That's a strong and hard to stop.
14-6, the Mustangs trail. 3:20 first quarter. On the left side of the floor, it's Cole Mills. Schroeder now with it, who gives it up to Miller. Miller using his dribble on the right sideline. Crosses over his dribble. Now left side, a three coming from Driver. No good. Rebound comes down to McCracken County. Dumas up the floor for the Mustangs. Takes it towards the block. Nice move off the glass and in.
Kind of a little hesitation out around 20 feet and got the defender on his heels and blew by him for the layup.
Suddenly the lead down to 6. 14-8 Marshall County. 2:45 in the first. On the wing, a Schroeder three. No good. Rebound comes down to McCracken County. Jack McCune up the floor to Ian McCune. As Ian behind the back goes out to Ian Hart. Thought about the three, penetrates in, stops, turns, kicks it out to Jack McCune. Spot up three, too strong. Rebound comes out to Ian Hart. As Ian hands it off to Jack McCune. He stops on the block, goes cross court to Max Blackwell. Baseline drive, his jumper up and in.
That was a contested spinning reverse jump shot, and great job by Max Blackwell.
14-10 now, the lead cut to 4. 2 minutes first quarter. In the left wing, it's Driver. As Driver goes out top to Miller. Miller picks up his dribble, goes now down low as Mills. That's going to be a 3-second violation, and it will go back to McCracken County.
Brant Brower in, giving Ian McCune a break. McCracken County is now on a 10-0 run of their own.
14-10. Full court pressure from the Marshalls, man-to-man pressure. Marshall County up 4. Dumas, he'll walk it up for the Mustangs. A nice blow by his initial defender. Stops his long two on the way is good. Thought it was a 3, but just a 2. From my vantage point, I would have sworn it was a 3, but it was not. 14-12. Mustangs trail now just by 2. A mid-range jumper up from Smith, no good. Out of bounds, no. Saved in bounds by Ian Hart. The Mustangs have it as Blackwell gets it. Up the floor, Blackwell stops. Trying to get it down low, but it's knocked away and stolen back by Marshall County. So the Marshalls on the return. Smith off a screen, it goes to Mills. Then it's kicked right side to Miller. Now Miller, top of the key with it. 1 minute left in this first quarter. A fun first quarter so far. Smith goes into the lane, throws it left side. Driver, his open three, too strong. Rebound comes down to McCracken County. Blackwell up the floor. Stops, goes right side to Hart. His three on the way. It's good, and the Mustangs take the lead. 15-14 after falling behind 11-0. That was a nice comeback, Jeff Garner.
Well, we've had 2 streaks tonight. Marshall started the game on a 14-0 streak. McCracken County now on a 15-0 streak. So neither team can seem to figure out what the other one's doing when it's going against them.
And so if you're McCracken County, you have to feel pretty good after that initial punch to come back and take the lead.
Well, that's what we talked about in the keys to the game. Can anybody who's going to be able to come out and start strong? And Marshall County definitely won that battle, but as soon as Coach Brower called a timeout, and right after that timeout, it's been a 15-0 run for McCracken County now, and 44 seconds to go. McCracken County up 1.
As it will be 44 seconds, Marshall County ball. With a 15-14 McCracken County lead. With the basketball in the backcourt's Caden Driver. 2-2-1 half-court trap coming for McCracken County. As they roll it into the front court, nearly taken away. They throw it left side to Driver. Out top now, it goes to Miller, who sets up in the half court. Right side of the floor, they throw it to Riley Smith. Now Mills down low. Driver's layup is good, and he's fouled.
Great ball movement by the Marshalls that time to get it rotated around. They swung it 2 or 3 times, ended up with Caden Driver, the 6-foot senior, getting the basket and going to the line for the foul.
So a chance for the three-point play for Caden Driver. His free throw is good. 17-15, the Marshalls on top. With 20 seconds left here in this first quarter. It'll be Tilford bringing the basketball up. Now across half court. He's guarded by Mills. Tilford works towards the right side of the floor, stops, goes top of the key to Ian McCune. Ian into the lane, circles, down low it goes to Jack McCune. His layup's gone.
Great pass. Everybody thought Ian McCune was spinning for the shot.
As a half court heaves, no good, and a nice finish to the quarter.
And Jack McCune then kind of cut in from the baseline, and Ian McCune went up for the shot, passed it under to his brother, and Jack finished with the layup to actually tie it up at 17 after one.
As it's a pleasure now to be joined now by McCracken County High School senior Brendan Evers. As Brendan, it's great to have you here with us tonight, and entertaining first quarter.
Absolutely. It's great to be back after a little bit of an extended layoff there from Monday. Now it's almost a week later. Thought we'd have a couple of games before this, but glad to be back, and it's good to have Marshall County here with us. And wow, what a battle for McCracken County.
It has.
Yeah, they definitely rolled with the punches and fought back hard, so credit to them.
And for those of you that had not listened to us this year, Brendan Evers, a McCracken County High School senior with the McCracken County Mustang Media Department, is going to the University of Nebraska next year to begin his career in journalism to ultimately be a play-by-play broadcaster. And it's a pleasure to have you again with us here tonight. Ian, I'll let you take it away for this second quarter.
Great to be back with you. McCracken County begins the quarter with the ball. Tilford now brings it into the front court. Cole Mills on him. Tilford gives it right side. Ian Hart dropping it down low. Dumas going to work in the post. His jump shot goes, count it, and a foul. Great way to start right out of the quarter there.
Right out of the gate, called play, and I believe it was against Graves County that we run this same play to Noah Dumas, posting him up down low and him the only one in the paint, and it worked then and brought it back out of the bag of tricks for tonight, and it worked again. His
free throw was good. It's not often you see the point guard posting up down and being the only one in the paint. Marshall County bringing it up the floor. Cole Sedlock. Now it's Cole Mills. Marshall County dribbling it. Now they get it to Riley Smith. Now it's Wade Moore. Caden Driver now driving. Now it's Cole Mills driving down the lane. Goes through two defenders. Mid-range jump shot wouldn't go. Rebound tipped and eventually taken by Marshall County. Mills, now they try to get it to Riley Smith. It's blocked. Comes back to Marshall County, and Caden Driver hits a three from the corner. So we're tied now at 20. Minute gone here in the second. Case and Tilford now. Tilford now giving it to Ian Hart in the front court. Takes a long three-point attempt. Wouldn't fall. Rebound taken by Dumas, and he may have been fouled coming down, so indeed it was. He was fouled by Wade Moore there.
I tell you what, that was a deep three-point attempt by Ian Hart, and it was just off, but Noah Dumas claimed the rebound, and now he'll be back at out of bounds underneath but he did draw the foul.
Big time plays already by Noah Dumas. They get it into him. He spins, goes down the lane. His shot attempt wouldn't go, but he's fouled going up, so he will go to the line to shoot two more free throws.
I want to give a shout out to Joyce and Buddy Lewis listening in tonight from West Paducah. Good to hear from Joyce and Buddy.
McCracken County's been running through Noah Dumas here early to begin the second quarter. Dumas, his first free throw now. Falls through, so McCracken County has a 1-point edge. 21-20 is the score here.
Not sure what that conversation was with Birdsong and the official, but he called a timeout and the official didn't award it to him.
The official's chuckling over there. Have a good laugh about it. Dumas's free throw went through, so now up come Marshall County. It's Cole Mills now. Driving right side on Noah Dumas. Comes through two defenders. Brady Miller now, top of the key. Case and Tilford guarding him. Now they get it. Marshall County down low. Tipped almost and stolen by McCune. Now they get it back to Driver. Or rather, that was Brady Miller taking it down the lane and scoring. Now McCracken County comes back the other way. Case and Tilford to the Ian McCune right side. Down low, Brower almost tipped away. Brower driving down the lane. They get an offensive foul on him.
Well, there wasn't a whole lot of contact there. He did lower his shoulder, and I think he was expecting more resistance than the easy fallback by the Marshall County defender.
Yeah, it was definitely not as much contact as they usually see, but Marshall County takes it the other way now. It's Brady Miller. Top of the key, gets it into the front court. Now right side, Cole Mills. Screen set by Riley Smith. Almost stolen by Ian McCune. He almost takes another stop at it. Riley Smith down the lane. Offensive foul on him.
Brant Brower returned the favor on the other end.
Brower said, if you're going to call it down there, let's try one down here. And he got the return phone call on Riley Smith for the charge. Now McCracken County bringing it the other way.
Now it's Tilford bringing it up. Gets it to Ian McCune. Drives left. Now gets it to Noah Dumas. Dumas going to work on offense. Spinning down the lane. Now tries to get it back out to McCune. It's almost stolen by Marshall, but he goes out of bounds. It actually was stolen by Brady Miller, but he slid out of bounds. So it'll stay with McCracken County. Ian McCune to inbound. Gets it into Cason Tilford for McCracken. Tilford driving down. Now kicks it out. Ian Hart. Ian Hart dribbling left hand. His left hand, or right-handed layup looks no good. Rebound taken there by Cole Sedlock. Now coming up the floor for Brady Miller. Brady Miller for Marshall. Now gets it to Cole Mills. Cole stops at the top of the key. Now gets it left side driver. Back to Miller. Brady Miller motioning people in motion, and they get a foul. Maybe got Brant Brower there. Something inside. I wasn't exactly looking down there.
Noah Dumas picks up his second there. I'm not sure what he did, but
wasn't watching Noah particularly closely. And that's his second foul already here in the second quarter, and we've got 5:22 to go here in the first half. Jack McCune comes into the game. They get it in, driver. Back to Miller, and
we've got an illegal screen somewhere in the midst of all that.
See if they got Riley Smith with that.
Both teams a little bit sloppy the last few possessions.
They did. They get an illegal screen on Riley Smith there. So McCracken County takes the ball. We're tied here at 22 points apiece. 5:20 second quarter. Cason Tilford bringing it up the floor now. Cole Mills guarding him. Tilford brings it into the front court, drives down the lane, drops it off Jack McCune. Pump fake, layup is good, counted and a foul.
Jack McCune just getting stronger and stronger as he pump fake, knew the contact was coming, still finished through it, and that's a good strong move by a sophomore.
Great play by Jack. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot one. Great interior ball movement there. His free throw is good, so cashes in on the three-point opportunity there. Marshall County bringing it up the floor now. Now it's Quinn Smith. Gets it to Caden Driver. They go inside to Sedlock. Now he comes outside. Caden Driver, three-point shot. It's no good. Rebound taken by Hart. He wants to push it up the floor. Tries to get it to Jack McCune. It's tipped by Marshall out of bounds. He'll stay with McCracken County. Max Blackwell coming back into the game now.
Want to give a shout out to Gary Adkins listening tonight up in Illinois. Wish you good health, Gary, and thank you for listening this afternoon. A shout out brought to you by the Sailor Connection, Lone Oak Road in Paducah.
Now it's Cason Tilford for the Mustangs. Dribbling it down into the front court. Now Brant Brower. Back to Tilford now. Tilford looking inside. Jack McCune posting up. Brower's top of the key three wouldn't go. Offensive rebound by Jack McCune. Hart now. Mid-range jump shot. No good. Offensive rebound Brower. Driving it down the lane. They're going to call a jump ball. It's probably the right call. It looks like he had it held going up. They'll give it to Marshall County.
Like Brant Brower took another shot to the face. I tell you what, that poor kid, he's already broke his nose last game, but what a tough competitor he is.
No, he won't miss an opportunity to play if he can't. Now driving down the lane, it looked for Marshall, and it was an offensive foul.
Brant Brower says, I'm done with that mask. I'm taking it off. Coach Brower just kind of shrugs his shoulders and says, okay, whatever.
Watching another charge there.
Watching his mom up in the bleachers behind the basketball goal, wasn't as thrilled as that move.
Well, you fight those face guards all night, and
That's right.
It's just hard to play in them.
That's right.
Imagine it takes quite a while to get used to. Tilford from McCracken County, giving it to Max Blackwell. Max Blackwell, and in motion for McCracken. Ian McCune driving down the lane. Crossover and put up a shot. It wouldn't go.
I can just see, Brett Brower looking up at us saying, it's already broke. It ain't going to get any more broke. And his dad would just shrug his shoulders and say, he's right.
That's right. He's exactly right.
So Ian McCune will be at the line for McCracken County. Referee having a discussion with the players now.
They kind of got tangled up, and neither one of them were wanting to, do anything illegal, but they weren't really willing to let go of their arm bars either, is kind of what he was talking to them about.
Sees their back away. Both players had their hands up in the air, but they're still tangled up. McCune's first free throw went. He'll have one more at the line. It's on the way, and it's good. 27-22. McCracken County on top. 4 minutes to go. Inbound was tipped out of bounds by Tilford. Noah Dumas coming in. He's going to take Tilford out.
Noah's Coach Brower rolling the dice here. Noah Dumas coming in with 4 minutes to play till halftime.
Already 2 fouls.
And already 2 fouls. They'll probably try to steal a minute or two out of him, and then Case and Tilford will probably come back in.
So Marshall County bringing it up the floor. Brady Miller bringing it into the front court. Screen set by Schroeder. Brady Miller driving down the lane. Left side, his right-handed layup was too strong. Taken and tipped around on the rebound, and eventually comes out to McCracken County. Ian McCune quickly up the floor. His pass intended for Browers tipped away by Logan Davis, and it'll go out of bounds.
Can't say enough about Max Blackwell's effort on the other end.
Max Blackwell's, he's just been that player that you can count on to do whatever's needed in these ball games, and just doing a great job by the 5'11 junior.
Got to give credit to Marshall County. They're really getting back in transition, too, disrupting these full-court passes. Now down low, Jack McCune, turnaround jump shot, wouldn't go. Taken by Marshall County. Miller bringing it up the floor. Miller getting it, Sedlock, now it's in the corner, Caden Driver. Back out to Schroeder, now to Logan Davis. Brady Miller, screen again comes by Schroeder. Now they kid it out to Davis. Schroeder, his three-point attempt, top of the key, banks in.
Well, that's his third one of the day, and I tell you what, that one, the bank is open on Sunday.
And Max Blackwell now bringing it the other way. 2-point game, 27-25, McCracken County on top. Left side or right side three-point attempt by McCune. It goes through. Ian McCune there responding with a three-point shot of his own. 30-25. Up the floor, Logan Davis taken by Jack McCune. Jack McCune, his layup, tries to dunk it, and it wouldn't go. Comes down, gets it back to Ian McCune. He gets his own rebound. Ian McCune driving down the lane. His layup attempt was blocked. He gets the ball, and now it's taken by Marshall County. Ball is pinballing around here. Colby Schroeder now gets it to Schroeder. His three-point shot was good. It's a 2-point game now, 30-28.
Well, Schroeder is just hot as he can be today. That's his fourth three-pointer. And, a little luck never hurts when you're on a shooting streak like that and you're hot. The third one he made, he banked in from straight away, which was not intentional. His other three have been very pure and very nice as he has 12 points on 4 three-pointers.
That voice you hear on the play-by-play is Brendan Evers for those just joining us, a McCracken County High School senior. And McCracken County High School Media Department, the reason you're being able to watch this game on YouTube if you're doing that tonight under Christy Griffith and Mark Madison, doing a great job are the McCracken County Mustang students. That included is Brendan Evers, your current play-by-play, going to Nebraska next year to be a play-by-play broadcaster. Brendan, take it away.
It's a great game to get me some broadcasting experience. They are moving quickly here.
That's right.
It's almost difficult to find words for things that happen or that have already happened in this game so far. Now Tilford giving it right side. Ian Hart getting it down low to Dumas. Splits 2 defenders. His layup attempt wouldn't go. Offensive rebound, Hart. He takes it back up, and they have an offensive foul on him.
Well, Ian Hart really battling on the boards, but picked up his first foul in the form of a charging foul.
So now Marshall County bringing it up. It's Cole Mills into the front court. Tries to get it down to Sedlock. This match with Noah Dumas guarding him. Now they get it back to Cole Mills driving down the lane. His switch hands on the layup wouldn't go. Noah Dumas bringing it up. Gets it to Ian McCune. McCune giving it to Tilford. Driving down the lane, drops it off to Ian Hart. His layup was good.
Nice assist from Kason Tilford driving baseline.
Now at the floor is Brady Miller. His shot airballed, missed everything. Sedlock comes down with the offensive rebound and puts his shot up. It's a 2-point game now. 32-30. McCracken County on top. Kaysen Tilford. We get to Noah Dumas. Ian Hart now. Dribbling. Kicks it out to Ian McCune. 3-point shot was good.
Same spot as the one before. Nice job by Ian McCune.
He's had the stroke here in the second. Now it's bringing it up for Marshall. It's Brady Miller giving it to Schroeder. Now to Caden Driver. Driver gets it to Mills. Mills driving down the lane, finds himself in a double team. Under a minute to go. Now they get it down to Sedlock. His layup was good. Under a minute here to go in the second. Tilford giving it to Noah Dumas. Dumas. McCracken County will probably settle for the last shot. 30 seconds to go here in the first half. Kaysen Tilford. Tilford, Mills guarding him. 22 seconds to go.
Straight up man-to-man by the Marshalls.
Now it's Max Blackwell dribbling near the half-court line. Max passes it back to Noah Dumas, 10 seconds to go. Now men come in motion. Ian Hart setting a screen. Noah Dumas dribbles left. Get a blocking foul on Marshall County. Schroeder tried to come under the screen. Get a foul on him.
Schroeder, that'll be his second double bonus for Noah Dumas with 5.3 seconds.
So Noah Dumas will come to the line, as you just heard. He'll shoot 2 free throws. McCracken County has a 3-point edge, 35-32. Dumas' first free throw, it's a little short, so no good. One more shot at the line for him. Dumas dribbling at the free throw line. Second free throw is good. And he'll come subbed out for the last 5.3 seconds. Carson Purvis coming in. It'll be Caden Driver to inbound. Mustangs showing full court pressure. 1-2-2. 4 seconds. Sedlock driving down the lane. 2 seconds. Lost it. Out of bounds. Will stay with McCracken. Ooh. Stay with Marshall.
I'm not sure
Thought
about
he dribbled
that,
off his foot.
I'm not sure about that, but 0.6 seconds. It's going to be difficult for them to score.
Driver to inbound. Driver hits it off the back of the backboard. And that's how the quarter ends.
I'm not sure that ball, there's got to be 0.6 seconds left
I don't think it
because
ever
the
came
ball
in.
never touched a player in bounds. The pass hit the backboard, so there's going to be 0.6 seconds for McCracken County to come the length of the floor. Ball has to touch someone in bounds before the clock starts. I'm not sure how it's 0.4. It never touched a player.
I'm confused about that too. They put 0.4 seconds up
Unless
on the
they
board
said
here.
it touched the inbounds player, but he was still out of bounds.
And if it touched the inbounds player, it's probably going to be no seconds on the clock.
And now they switched
Now
it to
all right, it had to be 0.6.
Yeah.
By rule, it had to be 0.6.
Ian McCune is going to inbound it. They have to go the whole length of the floor in 0.6 seconds. McCune, length of the floor pass, gets it to Blackwell.
That should not
Throws up
count.
a shot, but it wouldn't count either way. And that's how the quarter ends. And McCracken County goes into halftime leading 36-32.
Brendan, great job as always, my friend. It has been absolutely fun listening to you grow as a broadcaster throughout this season, and we'll have you on next home game, all right?
Whenever that may be.
That's right.
Don't know about the weather forecast, but it's fun as always. Thanks, Eric.
Brendan, I appreciate it, my friend. We'll talk to you soon. As that is Brendan Evers, did a great job on play-by-play for that second quarter. Mustangs did a really good job coming back after an early 14-0 deficit at the half. McCracken County leads Marshall County 36-32. First half scoring, as well as the Estes Chiropractic second half adjustments when we return 99.5 The Fan. Those on the YouTube side going to take a quick time out here to tally up scoring. We'll be right back. About to be back here on the radio side in 7 seconds. Mustangs on top, 36-32 here at the half after a great start by the Marshall County Marshals, jumping out to a 14-0 lead. Mustangs clawed back, finished the first quarter on a 17-3 run, and then won the second quarter by a margin of 4 points. Let's take a look at the first half scoring. With that, Jeff Garner.
Yeah, scoring for Marshall County led tonight. Colby Schroeder with 4 3-pointers leads the way with 12 points. 9 points to Caden Driver, 5 points to Brady Miller, 4 to Cole Sedlock, and 2 to Quinn Smith for 32 points for the Marshals. McCracken County tonight, balanced scoring as usual. Noah Dumas has 10. Ian McCune has 10. 7 points goes to Ian Hart. 5 points to Jack McCune. 2 points to Brant Brower. 2 points to Max Blackwell for 36 points for the Mustangs. 4-point lead, 36-32.
Credit the Marshals, came out red hot.
Boy, they sure did. Started off 14-0 run by the Marshals, and I guess they made their first 4 3-pointers in that 14-0 run. And then McCracken County turned the tables. After a timeout, McCracken County went on a 15-0 run. And then 2 teams traded blows to this 36-32 halftime lead by the Mustangs.
That is your first half scoring. Let's go ahead and switch gears to the Estes Chiropractic second half adjustments. Jeff, take a look at the keys to the game to talk about the adjustments.
Well, when you look at it, I said the first thing we've got to do is get started, get a quick start on this cold afternoon and odd start time and a week off, and we did a terrible job at that. We looked up, we were down 14-0. The good news is we rebounded just as quickly, and as I said, went on that 15-0 run. So we did not do a very good job there starting, something we'll have to look at as we start the third quarter. We don't want to give up another 14 points before we decide to play basketball. In the third quarter, it could be a long evening for the Mustangs. The other thing I said is we got to shoot a good percentage. You know, I think we've shot the ball pretty good. It's just so has Marshall County. And when I look at that in the three-point shooting stats, McCracken County's made 50% of their three-point shots, 3 out of 6. Just hadn't taken really that many. We've made some twos and missed some twos, but overall I think the shooting percentages aren't bad. The bad part is Marshall County is 7 out of 12 from behind the three-point arc. And when you start looking at 7 out of 12 percentage, that's 58%. If Marshall County shoots 60% from three-point range, could be a long night for the Mustangs as well. One thing that wasn't a key to the game that I thought we could always hang our hat on was defense. Defense is what's let us down today. We've given up way too many easy baskets. Thirds 50-50 balls, I think we've done a great job with them.
The Mustangs, you mentioned it, have been phenomenal this year defensively. It's been their calling card night in and night out, but definitely today, you could say it's not quite there at the moment, but you're seeing it in spurts, including that 15-0 run.
Yeah, it is, and they've played good enough to have a lead, just not great and not that suffocating defense. And the three-pointers that Marshall County have made, in my mind, they're kind of been uncontested. None of them have really been a hand in their face. They've been able to catch them, shoot in rhythm. We haven't made them put the ball on the floor and run them off the three-point line. Just some things that I think the Mustangs can do to get a little better.
At your Estes Chiropractic second half adjustments, when you need that back adjustment, go see the Back Brothers. Kevin and Kelly Estes of Estes Chiropractic. They will get you in, out, and adjusted in no time at all. The Back Brothers, Kevin and Kelly Estes of Estes Chiropractic. If you were concerned or curious about Brant Brower's face mask, it's back on for right now.
You know, I didn't see his mother get up and go to the locker room, but she may have got word to tell him to put that back on.
That's right.
Dad kind of shrugged his shoulders and said, if you want to get hit in the face again and feel that pain, that's up to you. Mama might have been a little bit more sensitive and said, let's try to wear it in the second half.
That's right. As physical as Brent is, I mean, he is in every single play defensively, you're bound to catch some of the action, including elbows and anything else inadvertently, and that's a big risk.
That's exactly right.
And so he's back out there. Been such a vital part of this team has Brant Brower. You talk about where he was a year ago, starting to kind of figure things out, but not necessarily on the playing time radar. That blew up right before the district tournament, and especially in the regional tournament.
Well, as we've said 100 times on here, we don't win the regional tournament without Brant Brower last year. And you know what? I'm not sure we win the regional tournament without Brant Brower this year either. And this year it's because of playing time and productivity. Last year it was more of effort and being the one who comes in and just says, let's go. And I'm not going to get beat. So he's just done a great job coming in filling that role last year, a much bigger role this year.
And you can kind of see a lot of what Brant Brower does in Jack McCune. They are two of the same type players, Jack 2 years behind them.
They just don't want to lose.
No.
What do I need to do? Do I need to get the big block? Do I need to get the big rebound? Do I need to score the basket? What do I need to do to win this ball game? And that's what they do. And McCracken County fortunate to have those guys.
All credit in the world to the Marshall County Marshals for the first half they put together. And Coach Terry Birdsong's crew, you know they're going to fight night in and night out. The win-loss record isn't where they want it to be, but it's not going to be from effort. You're going to expect effort from them as long as Coach Birdsong's at the helm.
That's right. You know, they're playing hard today. They're playing well today. So, you know, we've got, 16 minutes of basketball action to see what happens.
Mustangs up 36-32. They fell behind 14-0 to Marshall County as the Marshals went 4 of 4 from the three-point line in the first minute and a half and really set the tempo for this one this afternoon. And the Mustangs fought back from behind after getting down 14-0 to go on a 15-0 run of their own. First quarter ended at 17 all, and it has been pretty close for the second quarter. The third quarter, it'll be McCracken County basketball to start in just a moment. Alongside Jeff Garner, I'm Eric Chumbler. Thanks for joining us. Text us and let us know you're listening. 270-557-8223. 270-557-8223. Ian McCune will do the inbounding honors. So we await for the go-ahead from the scorers table. They are now set. The officials are set as well. We are ready to go. McCune gets it inbounds to Noah Dumas. And the second half is underway. Dumas across the timeline, gets a high screen, takes it towards the block, all the way to the rim, puts it in.
Well, just no help side defense. Noah Dumas picks up where he left off.
38-32. McCracken on top. Marshall County on the return. As left side of the floor, now Schroeder goes out top straight away to Miller. As Miller, Schroeder now back to Miller. His baseline drive up, no good. Rebound back to Marshall County. Then blocked by McCracken. Goes back to Miller. Out top to Schroeder. Goes back to Miller. Gets a screen on the right side of the floor. Now goes towards the left. Gives it into the corner, and he's going to pick up a foul on McCracken County's Ian McCune.
That's a tough call there. I mean, I agree with the call, but Ian McCune really didn't do anything. He's just in the way.
That's right. It's a good way to put it, and that's good enough to get the foul. 38-32, the Mustangs by 6. Inbounds goes into the corner. That is to Cole Mills. Now out top to Miller. Back in the corner now to Driver. Now Miller out top. Goes to Schroeder at the free throw line extended. Now towards the top of the key, they hand it back off to Mills. They swing it right side to Miller. Into the corner now to Schroeder. Back out to Mills. Mills goes off a screen, stops at the free throw line extended. In the corner now to Miller. His three, it's good.
Well, Marshall County starts like they did, hot from behind the three-point line.
So Miller now with 8 points on 2 threes and a field goal as well. 38-35, the Mustangs, 6:38, third quarter. Ian McCune lines up a three. That's short. Rebound comes down to Marshall County, except it doesn't. It goes off the foot of Cole Mills, out of bounds. Ian McCune to inbound. As McCune goes in the corner to Ian Hart. Then as it's stripped, gets it back. Hart in the corner now to Tilford. As Tilford back to Hart. Down low, it's knocked loose. Stolen by Marshall County. On the steal, it is Quinn Smith who hands it off to Miller. Miller, Top of the key. Goes on the wing now to Mills. Into the lane. Mills floats one up. No good, but he's fouled.
Not sure who that foul's going to go on. I don't. It was guarded by Noah Dumas, but I don't think Brant Brower actually the one who picked up the foul.
And the first free throw is good from Cole Mills. One more for Mills. Trying to get the Marshals within one. He does not. Rebound comes down to Ian Hart. Mustangs lead 38-36. 6 minutes here in this third quarter. Tilford goes to Dumas. Is Noah now out top to Hart, who goes to Brower. Brower stops. Cross court to Ian McCune. Now he loses it. Stolen by Marshall County. On the return for the Marshals, it's Miller. Miller stops in the lane. A little up and under layup, no good. Rebound comes down to nobody as Brent Brower tried to save it, couldn't do it. Goes out of bounds to Marshall County.
Good effort by Brant. He just couldn't collect it. Marshall County will retain the ball underneath their own goal.
38-36. McCracken by 2. 5:46 in the third. Miller off a screen. It goes down to Smith. His layup's good.
Quinn Smith, kind of a wraparound left-handed layup there, and ties the ball game.
38 up. 5:30 left in this third quarter, and the Mustangs, the basketball. Noah Dumas stutters, goes into the lane, kicks it out to Ian McCune. His three on the way, too strong. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. The Marshals can take their lead back. Up the floor, Miller to Driver. Now into the corner, they throw it to Stokes. Oh, I'm sorry. It was not. It was a running jumper on the way by Cole Mills. No good. But he will go to the foul line to shoot two.
Now Noah Dumas, that's the first person on McCracken County to watch in fouls. He now has 3 with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
First one is good for Cole Mills. Dumas exits with his third foul. Blackwell checks in. Also Jack McCune checking in, giving his brother a quick breather. Marshall up 1. Chance to go up 2 here on the second free throw by Cole Mills. And it's no good. Rebound comes down to Brant Brower, who clears it to Tilford. Kaysen up the floor for the Mustangs. Works towards the left-hand side of the floor. Gets a high screen. Now stops at the foul line. Goes to Ian Hart. As Hart into the lane. Goes up strong. Puts it in.
Ian Hart needs to do that a lot more tonight in McCracken County. Marshall doesn't have anybody to guard him in there.
40-39, the Mustangs by 1. On the wing, they throw it to Driver, now into the corner. It's poked away and stolen by Brant Brower. 2-on-1. Brant to the rim, puts it up, no good. Rebound is loose, controlled by Ian Hart, puts it up and in.
Well, Ian Hart just got that rebound and went up and put the ball in the basket for 11 points now for him. I'm not sure who the timeout was, but McCracken, okay.
It's a 42-39 Mustang lead, 4:27 in this third quarter. Credit the Marshals. They are hanging with McCracken County, but they're not able to grab that lead. If they do, it's very short-lived.
Very short-lived, and, I just don't see the intensity in the defense of McCracken County. When you look at, we've scored 42 points. We're on a 68, 70-point per game pace here, and that's enough to win. But I just see Marshall County. It appears that Marshall County's moving the ball better, shooting the ball better than they did last time we faced them. And they seem to be playing a lot more as a unit than last time we played them.
That's a good way to put it. I think you're exactly right. As the 3-point lead for the Mustangs. 42-39, we'd like to remind you, I'm saying this almost jokingly, the Mustangs playing tomorrow night as they host St. Mary tomorrow night, CCA on Tuesday night. Weather permitting, we will be on air both nights with you, but that's almost a joke at this point.
Well, 100% snow. If they miss that 100%, who knows?
That's right. There's a near steal in the backcourt. It is stolen. Max Blackwell gets it, hands it off to Brower. Goes up, no good, but he is fouled, and the face mask is no more once again.
I thought it knocked it off, but evidently he came back out of that out of that huddle without it on again. So Max Blackwell got the steal. Brower at the free throw line.
He will shoot 2. The first one from Brant is good. I don't want to make an excuse for him, but he does look quite uncomfortable with it on. I can say that.
Well, he does, and those things are uncomfortable to wear.
That's for sure. As Brower makes them both, he has 4. And the Mustangs by 5, 44-39. 4:15 here in the third. Marshall County the basketball as Miller crosses the timeline. Goes on the right wing to Smith. Works towards the block, now throws it right side of the floor as Mills has it stripped, stolen by Blackwell. Hands it back off to Brower as Brandt up the left side of the floor, goes back right side to Blackwell, thought about a 3. Max considered the 3 again, gives it up to Brower. Now gives it to Blackwell. Max in to the lane, puts it up, and it's an offensive foul against Blackwell.
Got a little too deep on that one as he rounded the corner and left his feet. Defender was standing there, so.
Marshall County the ball. The Mustangs a 5-point lead, 44-39, 3:48 third quarter. For the Marshalls, bringing the basketball up is Miller. As Miller using his right-hand dribble. Crosses over towards the top of the key. Now into the corner. He throws it to Driver. Down low to Schroeder. Nice give off to Smith, who hands it up and in.
Nice ball movement again by the Marshalls and got the wide open 8-foot jump shot.
44-41, the Mustangs by 3. 3:20 in this third quarter. Tilford, top of the key, goes left side to Hart. His step back 3, it's good.
Nice job by Ian Hart, having a great game tonight. A lot of rebounds and 14 points.
47-41, 3 minutes third quarter. The Mustangs on top. In the corner it goes to Cole Mills. Baseline drive. Underneath, his shot blocked by Brower, but a foul on Brower.
I don't know how that official could have seen it any better than I did because we were both looking at it from behind and we had the same view. And you had to look through 2 bodies to get that call, but evidently he saw it.
And that will put Cole Mills at the line to shoot 2. His first one is good. Mills is active at the foul line this quarter. This will be his 6th free throw attempt in the quarter.
Now McCracken has Brant Brower and Noah Dumas on the bench with 3 fouls each.
Second free throw, no good. Rebound to Ian Hart, who clears it to Tilford. Want to give a shout out to Clint Conway listening in tonight. Good to hear from you, Clint. As McCracken the basketball up by 5, 47-42. His Hart straight away. Now pump fakes, penetrates in, stops, takes some contact. Short arm shot is good.
They just have nobody in there that has anywhere near the size of Ian Hart.
49-42, the Mustangs by 7. 2:30 third quarter. It's a running floater by Marshall, no good. Rebound back to Marshall County. Is coming out with it is Cole Mills, who gives it out to Miller. Miller works towards the right side of the floor, now on the wing. Goes cross court now to Schroeder. A long 3 from him. Way off. Rebound comes down to McCracken County. Ian McCune left side. Works in towards the lane. Kicks it right side to Blackwell. Pump fakes. Penetrates baseline. Gives it to McCune. Inside now out to Ian Hart. His 3. It's good.
Very unselfish play by Ian McCune. Ian Hart drains another 3.
He's having a monster quarter and a monster game. Timeout. Coach Birdsong and the Marshalls. 1:53 in the third. The Mustangs lead 52-42. Back in a moment. For the folks listening or watching on YouTube, Jeff, that was a pretty impressive run.
Well, it was. And, Ian Hart has 6, 8, 12 in the quarter to go with his 7. He's got 19. But that one there, Ian McCune had a layup that he probably would have made. It was right in front of the goal, 3 or 4 feet out. But saw the hot hand Ian Hart standing outside and threw it out to him and made the 3. But what I've been saying is Marshall County only has 1 player at 6'3", 2 players at 6'3". But those guys don't have the athletic ability as Ian Hart at 6'6". So he's got 3 inches on him, and he jumps well. So with that, Ian Hart's made several.
20 seconds.
Has made several inside, but this quarter he's also been able to step out, and because he's been driving so well, they step back. Now he's making the 3 over the top. He's become very difficult to guard.
That's exactly right. When he's doing both of those, good luck. back on radio side in 2 seconds. Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena, McCracken County High School. The Mustangs up 10, 52-42. Minute 48 here in the third quarter. Marshall County, the basketball's Quinn Smith kicks it into the corner now to Miller. Using his dribble now, Miller goes out to Smith. He lines up a three. That's good.
Marshals continue their hot shooting.
52-45. The Mustangs by 7. 90 seconds left. Or the Mustangs by 7. Not sure if I said that right. 90 seconds in the quarter. Is Hart. Step back three. It's good. Ian Hart with 22 and feeling it. 55-45. Down low. It's underneath to Smith. Turns, but he stepped out of bounds. It goes back to McCracken County.
He just kind of fumbled that pass, and by the time he picked it up, it was out of bounds.
22 points for Ian Hart as we have a minute left in this third quarter. Dumas towards the right side, straight away to Hart. He's feeling it right now. Thought about another three. Instead goes to Ian McCune. As Ian into the lane, turns, up and under, layup's good, and he's fouled.
Well, Ian McCune had been quiet this quarter. Part of the reason is because he had been feeding Ian McCune, or Ian Hart. He had been feeding Ian Hart. Now Ian McCune gets his. He's going to the line.
This team has a lot of elements to it, and trying to say names. You have two Ians. You have, want to give a shout out to Matt and Heather Rudy listening in tonight. Good to hear from the Rudy family. But you have two Ians, you have two McCunes, and various other names you have to throw in as well.
It's hard to determine them all, I tell you what.
So it will be Ian McCune at the line for the three-point play. And it's short. Rebound, though, comes to Tilford, but he was over the back, and it will go to Marshall County. That shout out to the Rudies, brought to you by the Cellular Connection, your locally owned Verizon Wireless retailer, Lone Oak Road in Paducah. Marshall County bringing in a substitution. That is going to be Cole Sedlock. He had 4 points in the first half. Mustangs by a dozen now, 57-45 after the Marshals came out red hot, still actually red hot shooting-wise, as they are lighting it up. With the basketball for the Marshals, it's Miller to Sedlock to Smith. As he works towards the block, circles, now hands it into the paint to Riley Smith. His shot's no good, but he's fouled.
Well, they're calling that on Jack McCune. That'll be his second. Jack thought he went straight up. Officials did not.
The McCune Army listening in. Dee, Bob, Randy, Wheezy, and Uncle Michael in Lebanon, Ohio, listening on Pins and Needles. Good to hear from the McCune clan. The first one from Riley Smith is good. One more for Smith, trying to give the Marshall deficit to 10. And he does not. Rebound comes down to Max Blackwell. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. The Mustangs by 11. Tilford across the timeline. Looks at the clock, which is down to 17. Gives it to Jack McCune. Now left side to Max Blackwell. Hands it off to Ian McCune. 10 seconds left. Ian works himself into the lane, gets to the block, turns, and he traveled with it as he moved the pivot foot a little too much. It'll be 5 seconds left in the third for Marshall County, going full length of the floor. Inbounds goes to Miller. Down to 3 seconds. They hand it off to Driver. His shot at the buzzer is good from three-point land. And a fitting way for that to end for the Marshals, who continue to be red hot. After 3, the Mustangs lead 57-49. Jeff keeping it here for the YouTube folks. Credit the Marshals. They are red hot from behind the three-point line.
They are, and I haven't added up their stats, but they have not cooled off since the first, their 7 of 12 shooting in the first half. They have not cooled off any.
And the good news for McCracken County on that is even with their hot shooting, they do have an 8-point lead, but you cannot let up by any means or you'll lose this game.
Well, you added up to 11 with 5 seconds to go. They drove all the way down, kind of a running three-pointer, just nothing but net.
So the Mustangs lead 57-49. And credit to McCracken County. Overall, the defense not where it normally is, but the offense playing pretty well.
Yeah, we're scoring. We're going to be up in the high 60s, low 70s in this game. And if you'd have told me that against Marshall County, I'd tell you we win by 15. But so far, Marshall's hanging in, shooting the ball very well.
Start of the fourth quarter, it'll be Marshall County basketball back here on the radio side. Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena is the location. Marshall County just inbounding it. It will be Driver. Goes in the corner to Miller. As Miller using his dribble. Goes right side of the floor to Driver. Back out top to Miller. Into the lane. He stops. Pump fakes and he traveled with it.
Noah Dumas playing good defense on him, but I think everybody held their breath and thinking Noah may have picked up his fourth foul, but Noah slid over and caused him to shuffle his feet.
So the Mustangs a basketball, an 8-point lead as we continue here, early fourth quarter. Left side, Tilford, his three, too strong. Rebound comes out to Marshall County. And the Marshals on the return. Miller on the wing. Now goes left side to Driver. Almost didn't get the pass. He does, though. And then it's going to be an offensive foul down low, I believe, on Riley Smith.
That'll be his third foul. I wasn't watching that part of the floor.
I wasn't either.
Coach Birdsong sure didn't like the call.
So it'll be the Mustangs basketball as Tilford crosses the timeline to Ian Hart. Down low they feed Brower. Now back to Tilford, out to Hart. And Hart traveled with it as he moved the pivot foot before putting down the dribble.
So we're still sitting here at an 8-point lead. McCracken County can't seem to extend it out every time they get the ball. Looking to extend it, it doesn't go their way.
57-49, 8-point lead for the Mustangs. 6:50 left as a spin move by Sedlock. Hands it off to Riley Smith. His layup's gone. Marshall County shooting red hot from behind the three-point lines, keeping them in it. 57-51 as Dumas loses it momentarily, taken away by Marshall County. And then a jump ball will give it back to McCracken County.
Don't see that too often. Ball kind of got away from Noah Dumas. He's usually got that thing on a yo-yo.
He does. And it will be Mustangs basketball. Dumas on the right sideline. Goes out top to Brower, swung to Hart. Now to Tilford. As Tilford back out to Hart. Ian Hart in the lane loses it, and it's going to be loose on the floor. This time it is a jump ball, this time to Marshall County.
Back-to-back ball handling errors by the Mustangs cost them a turnover.
Marshall's basketball. Mustangs by 6, 57-51. Out top, it will be Miller. As Miller goes left side of the floor to Quinn Smith. Baseline drive by Smith, hands it off to Miller, but he was out of bounds when receiving the pass. It goes to McCracken County.
Birdsong didn't like that one either. I don't know how you argue that one. His foot was out of bounds.
We don't always have a good angle. We had a great angle on that one, as that was our side of the floor. And it will be Dumas on the other end for the Mustangs. As Dumas tried to get it out top, but no one was there. There was a foul on Marshall County, though. As a foul away from the action was going to be on, I believe, Quinn Smith.
His third foul.
Dumas receives the inbounds pass. He gives it up to Tilford. Tilford to Hart. Now right side to Dumas. Straight away to Ian McCune as Ian spin move in the lane, goes up strong, no good, but draws a foul.
Ian finishes that most of the time, but that one came up just a little bit short. He draws 2 free throws. That's Quinn Smith's fourth foul. That's a big foul for the Marshals.
They cannot afford to lose Quinn Smith, the 6'2 junior guard for the Marshals. Free throw by Ian McCune is good. One more for Ian McCune. He does not connect on that one. 58-51. The Mustangs by 7. 5:35 left in the ball game. Marshall County the basketball. Smith up the floor to Riley Smith. Now down low they throw it to Sedlock. Underneath, goes up strong, puts it in.
They just keep battling, and they've just got such better ball movement in the last month.
That is the very much true statement. 58-53. The Marshalls vastly improve as Tilford goes out to Ian McCune. Now left side to Dumas. Dumas in the lane. Goes up strong off the glass and in.
Noah Dumas battled through the contact to get his 14th point.
60-53. The Mustangs by 7. 5 minutes left in the ball game. Miller out top. Goes left wing of the floor to Driver. Now Miller in the corner. Down low they throw it to Riley Smith. Goes up strong. His hook shot is good.
McCracken County doesn't really have an answer for Riley Smith down there right now. 5.5.
60-55. This came out of nowhere. He hadn't really played much this game and started getting a lot of playing time late third quarter. Dumas right side to Ian Hart. Baseline drive by Ian. Turns, kicks it back, but he traveled.
Too unselfish there by the Mustangs. Ian Hart had the shot, and he's had the hot hand. He needs to let that one go.
And now the Marshalls can make it a one-possession deficit. 4:30 left in the ball game. 60-55. Left side of the floor it goes to Sedlock. As Sedlock now goes on the wing to Miller. As Miller cut off. Up top of the key to Quinn Smith. Down low they throw to Riley Smith. He turns. His jumper's no goal. It went in and he's fouled.
Like I say, McCracken County just, they're going to have to give a little help on him down there. He is getting it, and he's got a wide body. He's using it well to go to the foul line. McCracken County picks up their 8th foul of the quarter.
And a chance for the Marshalls to get within 2. Riley Smith, the 6'2 junior forward, free throw. It's no good. Rebound comes down to McCracken County. It'll be Kaysen Tilford up the floor for the Mustangs. Tilford stops on the right wing, brings it back towards the top of the key. Tilford to Jack McCune. As Jack goes out to Noah Dumas. His right side three, it's good.
When McCracken County needs a bucket, they can count on Noah Dumas.
63-57, the lead back to 6. Marshall County on the return. Right side of the floor, it's Sedlock. Feeds it to Miller now on the wing. Miller, top of the key, works his way in, lost it momentarily. Now he's on the floor, and it's going to be a jump ball. Or what? They're going to give Marshall County a timeout.
That was a nice whistle. Nice whistle for the Marshals.
It worked out well because it was either going to be a jump ball or a McCracken steal. The jump ball would have given McCracken the ball, and so
I thought it was a quick whistle for a jump ball, and McCracken County had the steal. So I thought it was really a nice call for the Marshalls to get that timeout.
And so it's 63-57. The Mustangs lead by 6. Credit the Marshalls, though. They refuse to go away, and their shooting has been phenomenal.
Well, they were. I don't have them down for a three-pointer here in the fourth quarter, but they came back out in the third quarter and they were 3 out of 4, which makes them 10 out of 16 for the game. Which, man, that's right at 60%.
And that will keep you in almost every ball game you play, no matter who the opponent is.
Yeah, and that's showing tonight as they're down 6 points with 3.5 minutes to go.
63-57. The Mustangs by 6. Marshall to inbound. They do throw it into the far back court. Miller chases it down and will bring it up for the Marshalls. As Miller guarded by Tilford. Miller still to get it across, now does. Goes to the free throw line to Quinn Smith. He stops. His jumper's off. Rebound, out of bounds, off Marshall County.
Good job by Jack McCune blocking his player from getting the basketball. And because of that, McCracken County's got the ball. His brother replaces him. Ian McCune in for Jack McCune.
I want to give a shout out to a good friend of mine, Joe Jackson, is the voice of the Eagles. Also had COVID when I did and was back for the Eagles last night. McCracken the basketball up by 6. Dumas on the block, goes into the lane. Nice move, punts it in.
Just kind of isolated Noah down there on the block again. That play's worked well for the Mustangs this year.
65-57, the Mustangs by 8 to 50. left in the ball game. Marshall County on the return. Quinn Smith now into the corner. It goes to Miller. As Miller using his dribble, circles back out top to Smith. Quinn goes right side of the floor back to Miller. Into the lane. It's going to be a bump on Tilford. That'll be the 9th team foul. So going to the foul line for 1-1 will be Brady Miller.
And from here on, Marshall County will be in the double bonus. McCracken County still not quite in the bonus yet.
First one from Brady Miller, the senior guard, is good. Miller will have one more for the Marshalls, who now trail by 7. You're going to see as the free throw is good. I imagine a little bit more patient action from the Mustangs these next few transactions. 65-59, 2:30 left in the ball game. As Tilford out top for the Mustangs. Goes top the key to Ian McCune. Is Ian looking for Noah. Enters it on the block to Noah. Backs his defender down, receives a double team, turns, looks, gives it out to Tilford. Left side to Hart, down low to Brower. Brandt, and that's an offensive foul. As a nice job absorbing the contact was Caden Driver.
Brant Brower picks up another one on the offensive foul. That's 4 on him now. He's the first Mustang with 4. McCracken County fans did not like that call. I don't know. I was too far away.
That's
from
right.
it.
I could not tell very much at all on the opposite end of the floor. Man-to-man defense from the Mustangs. Marshalls get it into the front court as Smith hands it off to Miller out top. Between the circles. Miller goes left side to Quinn Smith. Now off a screen to Sedlock. He stops, looks, turns, fadeaway hook shot, no good. Rebound to Smith, who puts it in.
Well, that was a big play by Marshall County. We're under 2 minutes now, and it's a 4-point game.
65-61, a minute 40 left in this fourth quarter. Noah Dumas up the floor for McCracken County. Goes top of the key to Ian Hart. Right side to Dumas. Dumas kicks it out, then loses it. It's taken away by the Marshalls. They can make it a 1-possession deficit. Brady Miller, top of the key. Goes now to Riley Smith. As Smith looks, picks up his dribble. Minute 15 left. Hands it off to Sedlock. Spins in the lane, stops, looks, hands it off to Quinn Smith. Up and under layup, no good. Rebound comes down to McCracken County. Brent Brower clears it to Noah Dumas, who will bring it up for the Mustangs as we come up on 1 minute left in the ball game. Coach Brower wants a timeout.
Well, that would have been one of those, Marshall County really wanted that foul. That would really have been one of those, what we call in the business, bailout fouls, if they would have called that. There was a little bit of contact, if I'm honest. But a lot of times if the offensive player is a little bit out of control or just throwing it up, a lot of times the officials don't call that, and then they say, I'm not going to bail you out. Hey, it could have went either way, but there's a lot of calls in a ball game that could go either way. But for those of you listening, that's a bailout foul that was not called, and a lot of folks sit out there and say, well, I'm glad he didn't bail him out. If you're a Marshall fan, you're probably saying, I don't care, there was contact. But, you know, whichever side, you'll be on the other side of it next time, and it's a bailout call. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't.
And for the Mustangs now, you have the basketball with a 4-point lead. The Marshalls have got to be aggressive looking for the steal. And then if you don't get it fairly soon, you're looking to commit a foul.
Well, it is, and this is the bad part. Marshall hadn't had enough fouls to be in the bonus yet. So they're going to gamble for the steal, but they can stop the clock, but McCracken's still going to get the ball. And this is usually a time where you see McCracken County spread the floor and get the ball in Noah Dumas's hand. Cason Tilford, also a great ball handler. You got 5 good free throw shooters out on the floor, so let's see how it plays out.
So it'll be McCracken basketball as Tilford hands it off to Dumas. Dumas circles top of the key, goes to Brent Brower.
Are in the spread. McCracken is in the spread.
Brower loses it. It's loose on the floor. It's going to be a jump ball that will stay with McCracken County.
McCracken County just has not been sharp. Turnovers and losing the basketball, and they just haven't been sharp today. I don't know if it's the Sunday afternoon or if it's the cold weather or the week layoff, but hey, 10-15 seconds went off the clock, and they're still not in the bonus. So if McCracken County can control the basketball, that's a good thing for them.
44 seconds left. Dumas gets it in the backcourt, now brings it into the front court. Dumas just in front of half court. Being double teamed now, picks up his dribble, goes out to Ian McCune as Ian is fouled out top. He'll go to the foul line now.
Still not in the bonus.
You're exactly right.
Well, they're going to find out in a minute there's no bonus, unless the scoreboard's wrong. No, they're telling them now it's still not the bonus, guys. Next foul is the bonus, but McCracken County is about 20-something seconds have went off the clock on this possession, and there's just under 30 seconds now.
McCune gets it inbounds to Dumas, who circles in the backcourt. A double team coming for him. Now gets it into the front court. Dumas picks up his dribble, hands it off to Tilford, who then receives a double team and is fouled. So Tilford will be the one for McCracken County to go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1.
But now we started this with about 58, 59 seconds on the clock. We're all the way down to 18 seconds before McCracken County is now at the line shooting free throws. Quinn Smith just fouled out for the Marshals. Picked up his fifth. Cason Tilford at the line.
18.1 seconds left in the ball game. The free throw on the way. It's good.
Senior point guard comes through, gets his first point of the game.
One more for Tilford. His second free throw is no good. Rebound comes down to Marshall County. 66-61. The Mustangs by 5. 13 seconds left. Sedlock, top of the key. Caden Driver, his three, no good. Rebound comes loose and corralled by the Mustangs as Noah Dumas into the front court. 3 seconds left, puts it up, no good. And that's going to do it as them extracurriculars, as Brower was a little bit tangled, I guess you could say, had an arm around him. Tried to shake loose from that as the buzzer went off, and both teams now will go to their respective benches. The Mustangs will win it tonight 66-61. McCracken County moves to 13-3 on the season. Marshall County falls to 3-7 on the season. 66-61 the final score as McCracken County gets the 5-point win here in Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena. Looking at the final scoring here in just a moment. It was a wonderful game by several different players for McCracken County and several by the Marshals as well. As this environment, it's a little tense at the moment as the skirmish at the end brought both sides a little bit to attention as they went and had a discussion with each other, but both teams back to their respective locker rooms. And it looks to be cleared for the night. But looking at the overall scoring, we'll do that in just a moment. McCracken County moves to 13-3 on the year. Marshall County 3-7, though vastly improved as the season has gone on. Marshall County fell in overtime at Marshall County last month, but have improved greatly. Shot the ball very well tonight and went toe-to-toe with the Mustangs before falling by 5, 66-61. The Mustangs will have a home game tomorrow night against St. Mary, weather permitting, and then a home game Tuesday night against CCA, also weather permitting. But again, those are big, giant question marks right now on if that will take place. Jeff is finishing up the total scoring for you here tonight, and I believe is ready to go. Let's take a look at the final scoring tonight. With that, Jeff Garner.
Scoring tonight for the Marshall County Marshals, 4 players in double figures. 12 points went to Kobe Schroeder. 12 points went to Caden Driver. 11 points to Quinn Smith. 10 points to Brady Miller. 7 points to Riley Smith. 6 points to Cole Sedlock. And 3 points to Cole Mills. 61 points for the Marshals. For McCracken County tonight, led in scoring tonight by Ian Hart with 22 points. 19 went to Noah Dumas. 13 went to Ian McCune. 5 points to Jack McCune. 4 points to Brant Brower. 2 points to Max Blackwell. 1 point to Kason Tilford.
You're seeing different guys on different nights have big nights for the Mustang. You're always seeing one or two on a given night go big, and then several that contribute with solid numbers as well. No doubt about it, the two on the offensive side, Ian Hart and Noah Dumas, big nights.
Yeah, 22 and 19 respectively. Just a great job by both of them to put the Mustangs on their back.
And so let's take a look at the offensive player of the game. Brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings of Paducah. That's going to go to?
Well, that's going to go to Ian Hart tonight. He had 22 points, and I thought in that third quarter where it was touch and go, where we had Noah Dumas out in foul trouble, Brant Brower out with foul trouble, I thought Ian Hart had a huge third quarter to get his 22 points, and just a great job, offensive player of the game.
And so he is the offensive player of the game, brought to you by Pizza Inn of Paducah. Just a wonderful night for him. Let's take a look at the defensive player of the game, brought to you by Finish Line Car Wash. That's going to go to?
Well, I'm going to give that to Max Blackwell tonight. I had him down with 2 steals, but also he had a couple of deflections, and he always had his nose right in the action. He had a couple of saves, I just thought he was really in there, and one of the few Mustangs that brought the intensity like normal tonight. Max Blackwell with the defensive player of the game.
That's brought to you by Finish Line Car Wash. And before the YouTube stream goes away, I want to remind those on YouTube we will be in action tomorrow night at 6 o'clock for the game against St. Mary, if that is to happen, and that is weather pending. So we hope to, unless you want the snow, we hope to see you tomorrow night. And we wish those from the McCracken Media Department. We thank Christy Griffith, Mark Madison, Brendan Evers, and the entire McCracken Media Department for making this possible on YouTube tonight. Continuing with the rebounder of the game, that's brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. That goes to?
Well, I don't often give two players or give a player multiple awards in a night, but I thought Ian Hart deserved it tonight. He had 9 rebounds, almost had that big double-double.